Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today it's Monday and it's September the 30th, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. I always say the tide changes so frequently on these YouTube streets. So you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. And our story today takes us to the city of High Point here in North Carolina. Take a look at that headline. And it reads, North Carolina pastor sentenced to 34 years for child sex crimes. I'll provide you with a summary here and I'll identify some of my sources for you in the description box. This is another video in my series entitled Church Leaders Behaving Badly, and we're specifically focusing on child sex abuse by those in authority over our children in the church. The topic has been dominating the news circles, so we're going to keep talking about it as well, because the same people we're told should be the primary focus for reporting these cases of abuse, they are in fact the ones who are committing the crime. And it's just the hypocrisy of it all, and it just shows why parents need to be paying closer attention. But today's video is all about justice, so let's go ahead and get started with our story. So our focus today is on this man, 37-year-old Demario Johnson, a former pastor of a church in Greensboro known as the Church of the Apostolic Saints. I went looking for background information on the church, and there's absolutely nothing out there on social media. It's possible that the information had been scrubbed, but I could not find anything on the church. But nonetheless, Johnson is on his way to prison for a very, very long time because of his behavior, inappropriate behavior as a pastor. And in order to obtain some background information, we must travel back in time to March of 2022. That's when a mother found out that Johnson had been engaging in a sexual relationship with her 14-year-old daughter. Well, let's just say the mother had suspicion and the daughter confirmed her greatest nightmare. The child mother stated that this her 14-year-old daughter and other siblings had been attending Johnson's church since 2019, and the 14-year-old was someone that Johnson referred to as his spiritual daughter. Now, it's unclear exactly what steps the parent took when she became aware of this information, but within a matter of months, all hell was about to break loose. So the girl, when challenged by her mother, admitted the relationship, but also stated that it began when they were at Johnson's house for what was promoted as a girls' sleepover. Remember, they were very close because she was his spiritual daughter, or that's what he said. So the girl and her brother went to his house for a sleepover, and even though other children were expected, when they arrived, they soon came to the realization that no one else was coming. Johnson also stated that the girl and her brother would sleep in the same room as him, and that was the first instance of sexual abuse. Now, I won't sensationalize the abuse this child suffered, but news reports were very graphic, providing step-by-step accounts of how and when, but we don't need that level of detail to get the point across. And now they had been in a relationship for 5 months. And by August 2022, the mother confirmed to a news source that her daughter was 22 weeks pregnant and Johnson was the father. And behind the scene, the police were doing their investigation because by now, Johnson was under criminal investigation. The young girl did deliver a baby, Johnson's child, sometime back in December of 2022, and by then she had turned 15. And by the way, did I mention that Johnson was a married man? Through all of this, he was married. Yes, he had a wife, and now he had a 15-year-old baby mama, a 15-year-old who he had been telling the world was his spiritual daughter. I just can't find the right words. It's just so hypocritical. And this is why many are so disillusioned with the church and with preachers in general. And 1 month later, Johnson was arrested at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport based on that warrant from North Carolina. He was arrested on 4 counts of statutory RAPE and 4 counts of indecent liberties with a child, and he was thrown in jail with no bond as he awaited extradition back to North Carolina. And he remained in the North Carolina jail for another approximately 18 months, unable to get out. Numerous requests he had made to have a bond lowered or to be released, all requests were denied. But he was back in the news recently because we learned that he was successful in negotiating a plea agreement. And as a result of this plea agreement, he would plead guilty to 1 count of statutory RAPE of a child under age 15 and 2 counts of statutory sex offense with a teen under age 15. And a few days ago, he appeared before a judge in Gifford County and received his sentence. The disgraced pastor, who is now a convicted sex felon, will spend nearly 35 years in jail. And when he is released, or if he makes it out, he will be required to register as a sex offender for the remainder of his natural life. So 1 more predator has received his justice, and victims should be celebrating just a little bit. But what a price for this family to pay. But now the victim's mother is asking for privacy as she and her daughter try to pick up the pieces and move on with their lives. But one thing is certain, life for them will never be the same. But I have issues with this mother because the level of detail she disclosed to the media was a bit overwhelming for me. The police needed that info. But why conduct interviews and go over the abuse in such details? That's something I will never understand. That to me did not seem as a cry for privacy at all. And let me say something to you parents. Don't be letting these men in the church call your children all these pet names. We need to put an end to that right now. He was calling this young girl his spiritual daughter. She had been around the church for several years, so she was comfortable around him. So all she was an unsuspecting victim. She was in the church at 11, and by 14 he had sexually assaulted her and then continued to abuse her and got her pregnant. And she had to deliver his child. This is a married man pastor. She had 15 years old. She had to deliver his child. What kind of a spiritual father was that? Wake up, parents. Don't let these men get too close to your sons and your daughters. We seem to have selective judgment and we let our defenses down at the worst possible time. He never saw this girl as a spiritual daughter. All she was to him was fresh meat. And he kept her close. He groomed her until he found the perfect opportunity to get over to his house and to molest her. And instead of her enjoying her childhood, now she has to be a mother at age 15. Just trifling. But he's going to jail, and that's exactly where he belongs. I hope he makes a lot of friends in there. And that's all I have for you right now, but feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video, and by all means, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.